You got plenty of time. Do not give up. The idea is to stay on top of it. Even if you can't organize people, study, read. I'll give you another example. The Iran conflict now. They've been ready for this conflict for 20 years. They've been prepared. That's why the most powerful country in the world can't stop them. And so, because they understand that you can't go head to head with the biggest country, but you just take a little piece here, a little piece there, and they can't last. So, Iran is going to be the Vietnam of the 21st century. Mark my words.
Ran them up out of Vietnam for sure. Ran them up out of there. They lost that war. They lost the Afghan war. They lost what the Iranian thing. They lost that one. And one other I can't remember.
Somalia. They also got kicked out of Somalia too.
Yeah, so many other places. But it's important to recognize that if we have a specific view about what happened, it's important to realize that if we have, y'all hear me? Is it working? Okay. I can't even hear myself sometimes. But you have to understand that the perspective that we have about the past is important too. Do we look at the past as being a problem? We look at the past as, terrible, or do we learn from it, as everybody's talking about, and make sure that we understand that the turmoil that we went through was not us, first of all, and we got to go exactly like Walter stated. It's got to be self, family, community. So you have to educate yourself, deal with your family and the community. Back in the day, the Young Lords and the Panthers said, if your family don't want to roll with you, have to leave your family. And that's what I did. I was only 17, 18. I ain't know what I was doing. You ain't gonna leave the family, but that's what we did, because my family like, nah, I ain't with no 10-point platform program, RNA, free to land, 5 states, y'all lost your mind, kind of thing. But we have to start with self. If you don't start with self in terms of how you view, our struggle, that we've had, the greatest, movement in history. In other words, we can go all the way back to Queen and Zinga. I mean, I'm just saying, we got some things that we've done that have gotten us to this point, and we have to build on that. So we have to have a positive view about our work. The results of it is the results of it, and the results of it has to do with what SB was saying, what Walter, Shep, and everybody was saying. Somebody said, Stokely Carmichael, organize, organize, organize. But we have issues and things that happen that got us to the point where we are, where it seems like we're living in an immoral situation because of the crack that took place. I started shooting dope back in the 60s. Here come crack. But all of the time that the dope and the heroin and all that stuff was going on, the morals wasn't smashed. When the crack cocaine came, young dudes standing on the street selling drugs while their mama in the alley having sex with 5 of their buddies. So the moral of our community, for those who don't know, was totally destroyed at that point. So now we're looking at 13 and 14-year-olds out there shooting dope, shooting and killing people. These are the children of the children of the children of the crackhead mamas. So the crackhead mamas had children. Those mamas had children. These are the children of those mamas. So each generation erase. We already know what the educational system is. We already know what the health system is. So we can't get no treatment for it. So it got worse. We just compiled all of these drugs, from alcohol to heroin to PCP, crazy weed, whatever, wacky weed, Yeah, all the way up into the cocaine and crack, and then all of it just remains. And what are we looking at now? In the past, 200, maybe 50, really, ODs in the entire country. People are dying from shooting dope. 23, fentanyl, 100,000. Did they hear that number? I said 100,000 just from fentanyl. You telling me we don't need no health movement? You telling me that we don't need ADS collectives? You telling me that we don't need an acupuncture institute? You telling me that we don't need to get this band back in the street to do the work that we're doing? You telling me that we don't need to set our elder up to share this wisdom and take it down into the community? So that's the problem. We don't take stuff in the community either. We're dealing with people who can read and write, but we got to deal with the people who can't read or write. We go into the jail in DC Youth jail, we've been going in there for 6 years doing free acupuncture. We do the C's because they're not going to let us. Youth jail, we've been going in there for 6 years doing free acupuncture. We do the C's because they're not going to let us, we the C, but we teach them how to massage. We're talking to the 13-year-old murderers. When I'm sitting there talking to them, I say, okay, y'all got to sign the sheet before we start. I'm showing dope is deaf. I'm doing, what's that you watching in there? And we turn it off sometimes. I'm serious. We sneaking stuff up in there, And when they sign their name on the paper, y'all, they can't sign their name. You remember when you was in kindergarten and you started printing, some letters was bigger than the others, leaning to the side, that's how they sign a paper. So this is what we're talking about in terms of results of what she's talking about. But what do we do about that? Do we just, no, we got to do something about it. So we got to go into those institutions. We got to go into the streets and we got to organize on a grassroots level. Jeff, anybody?
So I'm getting signals over here that because we do want people to continue to build and listen to this information and be able to connect, we are going to, unless there's one very pressing question, we're going to conclude. However, SB, you did say that you wanted to respond very quickly. So,
Yes,
try to do
just what's your name, sister? Juanita. Look, I was a youth and I was worked by older, 4 years, people older than me who were thinking about revolution and about change. Of course, this is the 60s. And then I became a youth worker. Got my first job as a youth worker at 19, right? Youth work is not necessarily revolutionary work. It's reform work. It's about making our people feel better, right? And conforming. However, I was out at 19 organizing already around the war. And that's what I gave my youth, what I was learning. I've been a youth, I feel like I'm still a youth worker. And I have been paid for doing that work, but most of it, I have been doing it in the streets. Kyla and I met when she was very, very young. I taught Bible class.
It wasn't no Bible class. It wasn't reading
But we were in a church.
It was in a liberation theology
Yes.
church.
And I taught how to organize.
With the Latin Kings and the Nietas
And I
too.
think what, you were 12 when in that class? But the thing is, you have to organize.
With the Latin Kings and the Nietas
And I
too.
think what, you were 12 when in that class? But the thing is, you pass it on. But to pass stuff on, because our people learn from example, then you have to live like Yuri Kochiyama, like Asada. You have to take those values and you have to live them. So you're not lying. What is real is real. Yes, this state fucked, and yes, you are oppressed. Honor the truth, and you will see that your work becomes easier. There is, he's not young anymore. None of my people are young anymore because I'm ancient. But in 1970, I had a little group of boys that were mostly boys run the streets. And I was in liberated territory in an organization called the Comité on 80 Squatters Movement on 88th Street and Columbus. It's a wonderful story. You should look at the squatters movement. And I used to hang out with these boys, these little boys. To this day, the leader of La Familia, because, you know, it was gang, La Familia, Chino, that's right. To this day, I mean, he was in a gang. They were doing like serious things. I'm talking about the age of 9. Now I think he's 60. But the thing is that they learn from example. And he still remembers the work I did with him, right? But I didn't make him wrong. I just said, you're right, and come here and we'll tell you some history, right? And he did that with that, whatever he did. So that's my recommendation. If you could be in integrity with your word, which is very hard for us, because we're always falling out of integrity. But you could put yourself back in integrity, and they will listen. There's love. In our youth, there's love. It's how to tap into it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be quick because I always have. It's about capacity, okay? Identifying what you're able to do. Learning how to say, no, I can't do that. Don't try to do everything, okay? Try to keep your sanity and take care of what has to be done that you can do. If it's just writing or handing out flyers or making phone calls, or if you want to march, demo, whatever it is, make sure that this is what I can do. Don't try to do everything, okay? And keep in mind that revolution is a process, okay? It's a protracted struggle. It's not going to happen overnight. You stand on them shoulders that were just talked about going all the way back, okay? But we have to move forward, you know, and we're winning. Keep that in mind. We are winning, all right? They're going down, all right? But take care. It was said already, take care of family. No, take care of self, then take care of family, and do your organizing in that household. You know, start out with block by block, like we should say, you know, neighborhood by neighborhood, building, whatever. Okay, but have a plan. Organize, but have a plan on what you're gonna do. And then you'll see results. And when you see those results, that's gonna help you feel good. Like everybody here right now probably feels good right now that we all in here. That's why it's important to, well, not get off the totally, because we got to use that stupid internet. I hate it. People think I love it because I do it. I hate it. Can't stand it. I hate phones. All right. But use those tools, because it's nothing but a tool. Just like a weapon is a tool. It's not an end. So, you know, do that and you'll feel good about it.
Thank you all so much, every single one of you. I just want to take a moment to take a deep breath because we just okay. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear SB. Happy birthday to you.
Okay. It's my birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to the revolution. It's my birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to the revolution. Every day, every day, every day.
For Dr. Kakai, because we know that you also had an April birthday. You came and visited us. So happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy
And then
I was
that-
saying, just let's take a deep breath because we just took in so much information, so much wisdom. And so let it not just stay here in our mind, but really let it land into every single cell in our body. So let's take 3 deep breaths, close your eyes. As Kaila said, the elements that have preceded us, that will continue beyond us. I want to say also thank you so much to Brotherhood Sister Soul for hosting us in this space. That's been doing youth work for over 20 years in this neighborhood. I also worked here about 7 years ago doing youth work. And I just want to let y'all know that we will put the information of all your organization in the follow-up email. So if you didn't sign in and you want to be in the know of all this work, please come see me.
Come celebrate my birthday, May 3rd, at the Caribbean Cultural Center, 1 to 4, I think. And I want to raise $20,000 for solar panels for Cuba. Okay? So come and bring me some money.
It will be in the follow-up email. Also tomorrow, if you want to get free herbs and ear seeds, we will be at the Brooklyn Museum tomorrow from 1 to 4 with our project Plants to the People that Walter's part of, that Kaila, Sebastian, BBSB, and walking in the footsteps of all these elders here. So if you want free herbs, come tomorrow 1 to 4. And then go connect, go have fun. Thank you so much. And then, do you want to say? Go ahead.
Quickly, thank you everyone for coming. April 26th will be the New York Region People Senate meeting. There's a Rogers Avenue location, but it is virtual. If you can't make it in person, it is from 2 to 4 p.m. So you can see me, Luna, Jasiri. There's a few comrades in here that you can get in contact with to learn more about what Brother Matt was saying, to get connected with us so we can continue the building and start the building of what was discussed here today. Thank you all again, and here's my kamaguna.
All right, everybody outside, I hope y'all can hear me. I want to invite you all to our community cipher that we're having in Harlem on Friday, 4 to 6. So it's gonna be the 24th at it's gonna be on 125th and Adam Clayton Powell. Yeah, so there's actually flyers out there, and say that again. Okay, and Antonio will send out the email to everybody who signed in. But this is a flyer. This is what it looks like from Harlem to the Congo. So come through, get on that mic, and share something nice. Yeah, and then there's one announcement, one last one for Education for Liberation.
Okay. Any announcements that you want to share with the group, come see me. The last thing I'm going to say, anyone that helped to organize this, put this together, bring the food, if you could just stand up and wave your hand, and if we could just give a big applause to everyone who helped put this together, and to Kaila and Audrey for helping to hold this space. Thank you. And a round of applause to everyone here, to yourself. Thank you. All right. Go eat. Yes.
How was this, darling? How was the elders? On a scale of 1 to 10, you can hit 100. I said my questions can't go up, so I gotta pull them to the side.